but what were your biggest takeaways from Queta, and do you think he has a real shot at making the roster next season?
He got progressively better because he was pretty bad at the Cal Classic, just underwhelming. You didn't really feel him all that much out there outside of moments, and that's not exactly what you want from a second-year player in summer league. I feel like they're really supposed to shine, and especially if you know that they're going to be something, pretty much. And I think that Kata did a lot better in Vegas. Like you said, the footwork was impressive. He had his moments of being in the right spot on defense. I think he still brings his hands down a lot and gets a lot more whistles when he's already in a good spot. But just like that little change will come with time in my mind and make him a pretty solid rim protector. And yeah, as a finisher on offense, I thought that he was really creative around the rim. He has this weird he's very finesse rather than strength, even though he's 7 foot and like 245. So I think there's some times where I'd wish he would just be a little bit more physical, and I think he's just still getting used to playing at that weight because he was pretty thin his first couple years at Utah State. So it's nice to still have those finesse moves because of that, and I'm not complaining about that. But I think getting used to playing at the weight that he's at right now and the best way to kind of use that, I think I've seen the flashes with Nemi and they're intriguing to me. I still would go with Alex Len as a third string center. I think that Len has just kind of proven himself in the league a little bit more, and last year was an outlier circumstance for him. Obviously, like everything going on back home for him and things like that. So I think that maybe if you put Len out there and he's not performing, you can try Nemi. I think that I have no issues with trying him and maybe it works out. But right now, I would still prefer Len just because we've seen it. And I think that Nemi can totally be something and just give him one more year in the G League.
Yeah, I say if Rashawn Holmes is on the team, just keep Nemi in the G League, let him to continue to develop, and there's I think an expectation of I had Leo Biaz on the show last week, and he says he wants to see 15 and 15 from him. I would be okay if I saw 12 and 12. I don't see him being like this prolific scorer by any means. I just want to be able to see him grab the ball, like you said, keep the ball high, bring it up, and finish strong. Like the finesse game, you're 100% right because he'll power dribble into somebody and then try and do a soft hook instead of just
Yeah.
jumping and dunking. And I don't understand why you wouldn't just dunk it down when you're that tall and you're that big. I mean, in every game that we saw him play, it seemed as if he was the biggest man on the court. Did it look like that in person as well?
Yeah, for sure. Like the only person bigger is what Taco Fall, like Mark Williams. Nemi is ginormous out there and it stands out every time.
Yeah, I just want to see him, show the power that he's definitely developed into. Like he's built so much strength since being drafted, and I think you've seen tremendous improvements in those little bits of his game with just staying balanced, moving his feet, and staying near the rim. Like his rolls to the rim have been not only fast, but he's stayed wide and stayed big to where it's damn near unstoppable. And I just want to continue to see that development. And if Rashawn Holmes is on this team, unfortunately, there's just no role for him. Obviously, like you said, I agree. I think you stick with the veteran and Alex Len. But if Rashawn Holmes gets traded for another forward that's a real small forward, then maybe you bring him up and you see what he can do there. Do you
How